Hey, it says I'm live. Well, welcome back to Madcap Toys. This is Darren right here, and I want to welcome everyone that's coming in, whether you're a subscriber of the channel, new, you're all welcome. Feel free to comment and tell us what's going on with you and your sales on eBay and Mercari primarily today. That's what we're going to talk about. I've seen a trend line that I've been following for the last, I'm going to say 24 days. And I've not done much checking on Kathy's store at Madcap Toys Plus on eBay, but eventually me and her will sit down and talk about what trends she's seen. We've had a lot of off again, on again sales taking place over the last few days since the last video. And it just seems to be a non-ending pattern where we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down with eBay especially. But right now with Mercari, we are currently, and this is sort of why I've been singing Mercari's praises, guys. I've currently had 19 sales this last week that's in progress. Now that's counting the sales for the last couple of days. And I'm not going to name them off because there's really no reason to at this point. But we have had a lot of things come in and go out on Mercari. We have had one buyer issue, but we're working through that issue, which I don't know what's going on there with Mercari, but they're working with it on that. But like I said, over the last few days, we're up to about 19 sales over the last little bit. Now, let's see. A couple of those are from these numbers here. Also from the last video, but we've had a lot since that last video. We are looking to continue to do our remodularization back on the back wall. We're going to eventually show you a video on that and show what's happening. But what I want to talk to you about while I click off Mercari right there is the things we have seen since we've been starting over on the right back wall to the middle back wall, as we call it. Now we're on the left part of the back wall. We've been seeing 11 sales since we've redone that section that we're at. And on the left back wall, we're about halfway through, but 11 sales from products that's either been odor, become disappeared, or were never on. I've had items that I put on there that we couldn't find them anywhere somehow. And we put them on that very day they sold. Matter of fact, we've had multiple items that within that day they sold. So that's something to keep in mind if you're a reseller on Mercari and eBay. Check your inventory, make sure your prices are up to date and staying with the current trend lines, because that's very important. We're trying to work a few different things out right now to see what our people, our viewers are really wanting to see here. We're going to keep doing the what so videos here and there. We're going to be doing the what we're listing videos as well. And then we're going to do more videos like this where we just sit down and basically talk to our community. And we thank you all for take the time that watch these videos. And by the way, I'm just going to get it out of the way. If you can, give us a thumbs up, like the video, give us a comment of your personal experiences on today, primarily eBay and Mercari, but we've also been having quite a few good sales on Poshmark as of late. I don't talk about them as much because Kathy deals with them a little bit more than I do, but Poshmark has really been doing good. I mean, there was a day she was getting a sell. We'd get a ding, 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 and it's been doing really well for us. Now, I think today's been sort of quiet. I'm not sure.
We had a sell today.
Okay, we've already had one, so I'm wrong on that. But hey, I'll take the sell. Thank you so much. But don't forget to, like I said, like, share, and subscribe if you can. Currently, what's going on, I am going to give you the numbers from October 11th to show you how it's swinging. We've had quite a bit of things go on. I told you about what happened last video. If you haven't seen that video and you want to know about the trend lines from there, you might want to go and view that video from the past. From October 11th, I told you last time we were up to $483 and change in sales. Keep in mind, this is 16th, so you're going 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're counting 6 days there. Could be 5, some people, but we're counting 6. So the 12th is 43. Again, the 13th was $11 and change, almost 12. 14th was 47, almost 48. Yesterday, the 15th was 13 bucks. Are you noticing the trend? If you watch the other video, you'll see a trend. Now, I don't know if you fellow sellers are seeing the same kind of up and down on your graph charts, but our chart used to be, a little bit down, but I mean, it was a basic trend line. Like you and I all know how trend lines work. But we also went 15th, and then today is the 16th. I'm starting to bounce back up to where I'm like at $51 and change. And we are looking currently at 4:30 p.m. roughly right here. And another thing to keep in mind, this is one store right here, this store only, our main eBay store. But we have diversified throughout the years. We went years ago and sold on Yahoo auctions. We went and had our own website where we'd sell on Madcap Toys, website, and we had our own various little channels there. We had various things going on at various venues. We sold on eCredit, which crashed for us. We sold on WeBids, which they sold it. And we got asked to buy one time. We got asked to buy Coinbase. Some of you guys may not have heard some of these. We've sold on USA Online and various other things. I mean, there's a ton of them. At one time, we had enough of us working that we had up to 21 sites that we sold on. And we'd always work on those sites, different people rotating various days. Of course, we always tried to sell on eBay, but we pulled back a little bit on eBay because the pricing compared to what we paid on Yahoo was just ridiculous. So we left for several years on eBay and came back whenever they decided to ship it over to China. So, we've had a lot of experience. As many of you guys know, we're 25 years into this, and we're trying to give you what we have seen as a consistent pattern over the last 25 years. Now, you're always going to have your ups and downs. You're going to have your economic woes, as it's called. But the patterns over the last 2 to 3 years on eBay for my stores has been just so bad, so up, so down. One day you'll hit this astronomical number that's great. Still be lower than when we used to do it in the heyday. But I mean, it's a high number, which is great for us right now. But then you'll have a low number. But the weird thing that just blows my mind, and me and Kathy has talked about it. My other son, Jordan, has talked about it because he's a seller as well online a little bit. When one of our stores is rocking, the other store is dead. And when I say dead, I'm not meaning totally quiet. You'll not always have a sell that day, because you do have a day here and there where we have no sales. But most of the time, you'll get like 1 or 2 token sales. And the other store's just rocking it out of the world as it was. What's the answer to that? I don't know, except for, like we've discussed with various groups, they're on one server working, so it's sort of shut off in a major way, and they're letting the other server going. We've also heard discussions and been in discussions where people have talked about they're trying to spread the wealth around. If that's the case, I'm totally against it. Please let me know if you're against it as well. I want to win or I want to lose, right? If I'm putting stuff on, taking time on to place on your site, if my stuff is better priced, you ought not hold me down as a seller because somebody else is there and they've got a price that's 50 cents higher than me. We're here to compete and to do the best. We've all seen the race to the bottom format going on with eBay. But the fact is, what we need in here on this site is to be let loose and to be able to run like the horses. The good horses will run the race. They'll win. They'll just keep going. The other guys, maybe they don't belong. I hate to be that guy to say that. And I don't want to come off and attack anybody. But you've got to learn the process of how to make sales on eBay and other sites. Each site is individual, and you have to deal with each site individually, right? Kathy, do you got anything you can say?
No, I'm pretty close.
Okay, but that is what we are seeing currently right here online. But the numbers are we're heading back up, which I'll always take the uptrends because we usually note that every 12 days, and if you want to round it up, sometimes 2 weeks, you'll have a really, really good day. You'll have a secondary day that's not quite so good, but a little in between the good and the no, as it was. And then you're going to have a bunch of little carve out days you can tell they pretty much holding down what you're doing. My big question right now, and I've gone over this 50 times. We're paying for a site access, and they have been updating the site. I've seen it right here. For instance, they've moved my numbers. For instance, total listings, they're saying X, Y, and Z over the last 90 days. Sales X, Y, and Z over the last 90 days. Sold items over the last 90 days X, Y, and Z. If you haven't seen that yet, check out your eBay, and if you've got a store, it's right below overview, orders, listings, marketing, advertising, etc., and so forth. And right below that, you'll see orders to ship right up at the top underneath your name and what your numbers are going to be. But they're also telling you, which they've done, but they've sort of redone it a little bit here. Over on the left, they've said 16 items that are buy it now are going to be renewing today, which, yeah, okay, whatever. But they're doing that, and they're also giving out advertising saying, hey, these items haven't sold over the last 90 days, I believe is the time frame they gave us. I seen that a couple of days ago. I think, Kathy, have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's seen that as well. And they'll tell you what they think you need to do to make your item more appealing to the buyers, but also update the item, etc. Show you the current trend lines on the sales numbers and items.
Yeah, we talked about that in the email that they sent me.
Okay, you talked about that. Okay, but that's just a little rehash then if you saw Kathy's video. But I can tell things are going better for me right now. They're starting to. My clicks are up. My ad sales currently are down because the clicks have been down over the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days till today. And then my rate of return on ad spends also down, but they're not down so astronomical it's not recoverable. And I don't know, but we've talked, like I said, to various groups. It seems like when one seller's doing good, another seller over here is doing not so well. They're going through code spells, and we've talked about that multiple times. But guys, hey, I thank you, and I know this is going to be sent out real quick, and it's just a flash video that we're trying to give out here and there to let you know what we're seeing, if something's coming through that we haven't seen before, or a discussion or topic that's going on. We're trying to get out there and to speak to you guys about what's going on that we are seeing, that we are experiencing. Everything that we're talking to you about is what we have dealt with and what we have talked to other people about. But all these sales numbers are ours. So nobody's going to give you anything but what we are seeing. And it's going to be directed, unless we're told something comes out of the blue, it's going to be directed towards this channel. I want to thank you guys that are here for spending time with me. I'm trying to figure out what in the world they're doing over here on this side. Let's get that going, I guess. I thought that was already on. All right, guys, I'll give you a few minutes to talk to me. I know sometimes people get a little frustrated on that. They've changed up things on my browser right here with my YouTube channel a little bit. So we're trying to fix that. But Kathy, have you seen anything on your end that's changed?
No. I mean, I've been so busy with insurance and stuff, I don't really get
I know this is your season.
I do know fourth quarter is here. I see the increase.
Yeah.
But I think there should be a much more increase considering the activity that we've been putting on there as a whole.
Well, that's another thing, and I'll go back to that number. That's a thing that I've talked to a few people here and there in groups. Guys, now keep in mind, this is total number, count, and quantity. I give that first because some people are big into this is your whole number. Other people say your singulars are your whole number on and for your eBay store. Well, you take it however you will. I've got a total of 225,000 plus items, almost 226. I've been up to 232, but we've been selling so much here and there that it takes it down. For instance, one day we sold just this last week on a site over $500+ in one sell in just coins. So if I sell it somewhere else, it comes out of here. So, we sort of multi-list here and there as we can. We don't do it on most things, but a few things we do, depending on what it is and how many quantity we have to cover certain items. So keep that in mind. Don't just put one on multiple sites. It's got to be mass quantity because you can really screw up bad. But anyway, my total number of items listed, not including the quantity, is 11,800, almost 11,009. And we are growing that. Kathy, what's your numbers, Angel? Just off the top of your head, as best you can.
I don't have anything on top of my head. I'd have to look. Are you what are you looking at?
I'm looking at your total listings on your eBay store.
My total listings right now currently that are active,
yeah,
is 3,914.
Okay, so she's at 3.9, almost working her way the way I always do it. You're working way to the next, so almost 4. So 3.913. And you know, it's on again, off again, but big deal. What
Currently,
have you?
it's up 8%. The site is up 8% over the
Yeah.
last 31 days. So
Okay. So again, with that, with what she's doing, even with the on and off again things, she's up again. Give me the number.
8%.
8%. Okay.
With a conversion rate of 1.7%.
Okay. Her conversion's 1.7, up 8 plus. Okay. The main store, eBay store, Madcap Toys. Hers is Madcap Toys Plus. The main eBay store is up 54.3%. According to my numbers, the best we have done this month is, let's see where we are. The best I have done in the last little is 68.7% up. And with things, you go up and down depending on what's happening on the site, but we've been up for a lot for this last month and a half. 54.3% is where we're at currently, and we're still not breaking records, guys. Still not breaking records, but we're trying. We're going to keep fighting, and I'll let you know what's going on as it happens. But hey, guys, I want to thank you for taking the time to sit here and spend it with me. I'm sorry about not getting the chat going a little bit earlier. I know that may have upset a few of you, and I apologize for that. But guys, just feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below of this video. And let us know what you see is going on, what your trend lines are if you want, and just say hey if you got nothing else to say. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye, everyone.